Okay, gutsy effort on our guys' part. Knew it wasn't going to be easy, especially without Graham, without X, without Kenny. We have 11 scholarship players that are able to play, and we had 8 tonight. And for our guys to to respond that way, and I got a lot of respect for Coach Miles and what he's done thus far at San Jose State. Knew they were going to come in here and give us their best punch, and I thought that based off of where we're at, considering that we had how long of a pause, 21 days before we had played Utah State, and we hadn't practiced until the Friday before Utah State. So for our guys to in this 6-day stretch where you had to practice on Friday, go play Utah State, turn around, Noah Reynolds shows up in Reno, now you practice, and then you go play Nevada, beat Nevada, and then you have to come back, and then now you got to find a way to to beat San Jose, and we knew they were in the same boat that we were in. They were in the third game, 5 days, 6 days, however you want to look at it. And I told our guys that I wanted us to push the pace a little bit more, especially without Graham, and knowing that they were coming to altitude from sea level, and hoping that over the course of the game it would kind of wear on them. And we knew we weren't going to knock them out in the first half, which I would have liked to, but that's not the case. But we just knew that we just had to continue to fight each possession. And I thought the last 10 minutes, we did some, made a couple adjustments defensively. Coach DeWeese made a good adjustment where we went a little bit smaller. We played Maldo at the 5, and I thought that really helped us out. And then Noah Reynolds for the second game in a row against a really talented player. I mean, Amari Moore is really talented, really athletic, really good getting onto his right hand. And in the second half, I mean, he did a tremendous job, like he did against Sherfield the other night, in terms of making things a little bit more difficult. Made some mistakes that we normally don't make. I mean, on a quick turnaround, guys probably getting a little tired. We probably need a day off just to kind of catch our breath. Hopefully, with that day off, X, his hamstring is starting to get better. Kenny will be getting back here sooner than later, and then let big fella get right. So. Great win, and looking forward to a day to kind of relax a little bit.
Jeff, is Graham okay? We hadn't heard what happened.
Well, yeah. So I mean, it's one of those deals where in the second half against Nevada, he banged his knee on the floor. It was the same knee that he had surgically repaired a year ago during this high school season, and it started bothering him today. I think maybe the adrenaline after the game at Nevada, even than yesterday. And yesterday maybe a little bit, but today it kind of swelled up a little bit. And his future's too bright with basketball to where we want to put him in harm's way. And I told him, I mean, hey, this is it's your decision. You know what your body feels like, and we'll support you anyway. Because I mean, at the end of the day, I mean that's what we're here to do. I mean, my job is to protect him for the rest of his playing career, and making sure that that's right. And so, but it was more of a precautionary reason. I think he's going to be fine. We wanted to make sure that he can see who he needs to see, and then he'll be hopefully ready to go by Saturday. But if he's not, I mean, that's not next. We'll have whoever's next. Next guy will have to step up, and we're not rushing him back to playing. Like I said, I'm not that short-sighted, and care about him too much, and care too much about his future to just worry about one game. And I thought our guys did a really good job of stepping up in his absence.
Jeff, Drake came up really big for you guys again in the first half. How dangerous can a guy like him be, just whenever they kind of get in the zone like he's been in these last few games?
Well, I mean, it opens up everything. He made some tough ones again tonight, and we just kind of take what the game gives you. I mean, we had to adjust some things with Graham being out, and didn't know Graham was going to be out until about 3 o'clock. And so, Drake does a really good job of moving without the ball. He played 40 minutes again tonight. Guys did a good job of finding him. And then the second half, just the way the game kind of evolved. And knowing, too, that he probably, as he saw the free throw and a couple of shots he did take in the second half, he was a little short. In the second half, knowing that was our third game in 6 days, and we were going to have tired legs, I mean, I was going to try to just push, pound the ball inside with Maldo on the dribble down, and just play off that in the entire second half, which worked out pretty good considering we shot 58%.
Jeff, you said even before this little stretch that Noah was one of the most confident players as a freshman you've coached. So what is this going to do for his growth, just contributing like this the way he is right now?
I mean, it helps us, and especially in a game like this where to have that extra ball handler when they're really trying to push up. And I thought that's where, with Noah and Brendan Wenzel as well, I mean, both those guys you saw where they really tried to pressure and pushed us out. Well, at some point, you just got to make them pay, and you got to just be able to put your head down and go attack the basket, and there'll be nobody there. And to have Noah, who can do that, he's probably our second, with him, Maldo, but probably just in terms of breaking you down, he's probably our best, one-on-one player. He's always playing after practice with Graham and those guys, but he's. It really goes a long ways in helping us, especially as you play against some of these other teams that are going to try to guard that way. But I thought he did a really good job, and then I thought Brendan Wenzel did a tremendous job as well in terms of helping us just attack that pressure, because that was their game plan, was to really try to push up, kind of like Arizona did, and make those guys make one-on-one plays.
Jeff, how much do you think fatigue played a part in the Spartans' comeback? And on the flip side, how special is it that Wenzel, Noah, Odin, those guys are the ones who carry the water there late and get you guys a big win?
Well, I mean, obviously, 3 games in 6 days. I mean, there's probably going to be a little bit of fatigue, and considering that we got a short bench, so some guys had to play through some tired legs. But you know what? That's everybody. This as we start making our way this time of year. I mean, all it is an excuse. So. But that's why we prepare ourselves. That's why we do what we do in the summertime. It's what we do in the fall, and that's what Jimmy, my strength coach, continues to do with them to make sure that that's our advantage, especially at home. I mean, that's why this should be one of the toughest places to play in the country if your conditioning is right. To where those last 10 minutes at 72-20, that could be difficult for the other team.